I used to feel sadness quite a bit. Waves on top of unfiltered waves, rushing through a hurricane of emotions, drowning me underwater for time forever. Forever. It seemed like it then. Eyes seemingly open through it all, the images behind them changing as soon as you blink. Still underwater. Breathless. Drowning. Couldn't hear them. You couldn't hear the words that your mouth was forming. You know how that feels. To have a loss of function between your motor skills so massive that you don't even remember what last night's conversation was all about. What the maths class was all about. Where you went when the teacher asked you a question, when you came back to find yourself have dinner with your family, why you skipped that PT period. Apparently you used to like playing sports till a while ago. But now all that life is bleak. Lifeless. Certainly not fun. Definitely lonely. So lonely. It's the absence of warmth that gets to you. Not that your friend didn't try to hug you, or your senior didn't try to reach out to you, or your family didn't try to help you, because they did. They always do. But how do you stop being underwater when all you've known is gasping for air? How do you trust the air's not gonna bite you, the stranger's not gonna harm you, the world is not gonna trick you, because it tricks you all the fucking time? So does your mind. Your mind makes you feel happiness when you were a baby, before you even knew what happiness was. Makes you cry before you knew about tear ducts or your body or its functions. Makes you feel love before you even venture out into the world to form your own relationships. Your brain sends signals to command your legs to start tumbling forwards. Your body follows a constant subterfuge of this or that, learning to stay away from the harm and into the good. Your soul relaxing into the being that it is. Your brain can release chemicals that can affect what your predominant emotion is, if only for short bits. Your mind can build palaces where there are none and break seemingly unbreakable barriers, if only it wants to. My dad always used to tell me an advice he'd heard somewhere. He'd say, discipline in depression can really change it and how one sees it in the longer run. I didn't believe it back then. I was hardly believing it myself. So then, how does one make oneself go through the same thing again and again in order to make it seamless one day in the future? How does medicine take effect in your body? It targets your weak or incomplete cells in order to make them whole again while you are still recovering, which means that you're not back to your healthy self yet. Still, you tell yourself that you're doing much better than yesterday. Still, you continue taking your prescribed dosage of medicines. Still, you trust your mind and body to fight back whatever it is facing. Still, you trust that you will get better tomorrow and tomorrow too. It's kind of like the same thing with the mind. You gotta tell it, hey you're doing much better than yesterday and you are going to continue doing so tomorrow. You gotta take your prescribed medicines, whatever that might be. Some prescribed by medical professionals, some that you know are going to be best for you. For me, falling back into old patterns long forgotten really helped. Seeking out help from my loved ones helped. Taking nature trips helped. Meditation really, really helped. You gotta trust your mind and body to fight back whatever it is facing. Still, you tell yourself tomorrow you will get better, and tomorrow you do. I used to feel sadness quite a bit. I still feel sad sometimes, only now it's just an emotion, taken like all other emotions. Something that comes and goes, something that is meant for a reason, something that is to be felt in the present time and let go of softly, sweetly.